Hi friends, I am the Crafty Quinn and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I like to make crafts, DIYs, and home decor pieces using mostly Dollar Tree items. You'll notice my branding looks quite different and I'm trying out a new style, so please let me know if you like it down in the comments below. In today's video, I have part 2 of my 2021 Valentine's Day crafts. So I have another 5 DIYs for you in this video, and they're all about $5 or less to make. So it's back to our normal crafting style videos for now. You may have seen me DIYing my stairs in my last video with Dollar Tree mops, or maybe you subscribed because of that video, but I normally do these kinds of videos. But I may do more, like the Dollar Tree mop videos in the future. So please stick around for that. And today, like I said, we're getting back to our normal broadcasting here. So I have, like I said, 5 DIYs, and the first one is this heart love tinsel decoration from Dollar Tree, and I'm using Dollar Tree yarn to make this as well. And every season Dollar Tree likes to come out with some kind of tinsel decoration, and I'm seeing things right now wrapped in tinsel for St. Patty's Day actually. So they like to do this for Christmas too. I think they've actually started doing this for Easter as well. I have a bunny sign that also has some tinsel wrapped around it, so I'm sure you're gonna see that soon in one of my DIY videos for Easter. So I'm just taking this brand new Dollar Tree yarn. It's a brand new style of yarn they've come out with. I don't know if you can see it, but they have little knots throughout the pieces of yarn. And I guess it's just a new style of yarn they're trying, but I thought the multicolored yarn was so adorable. I had to get it. So all I did here to get this set up was I just tied a knot around one of the little, I guess hooks you could say, because this sign has hooks kind of built into it to keep that tinsel wrapped around it. So I just kind of applied the same principle, just tied a knot around one of those, and I started with just the edge of the top of the heart where it's rounded the most, and just kind of worked my way from there. But the general idea of this DIY is to just wrap it around, make it look messy, make it look kind of, I don't know, just fun. It's just a really, really fun DIY to do. So there's no rhyme or reason to this. You can make it look as messy or neat as you want. I was trying to go for a more messy look, and then I feel like it came out too neat. So I don't know, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. And there's the Crafty Kitty right on cue. He has to be here for every single one of my videos. I'm sure a lot of you have seen him, but this is just something that kind of started, I don't even know, just a few videos into me having this channel. All of a sudden he started appearing in my channel, and then he's just been in my videos ever since. So if you're new here, this is what you can come to expect. So I'm just tying a knot with the very last piece of the yarn, and no hot glue required. That's all you need. And then what's great is because you've wrapped the yarn completely around the heart, you have an automatic hook built in if you want to hang this on your wall. And that's all you need to do. I think it came out pretty cute. So for the next one, I have a heart for you. Well, obviously a heart, but I mean, it's a candle. It's a candle, and there's gonna be a heart on it. So the pink stuff right there, that is burlap. And I found that at a very large Dollar Tree, because that was not easy to find. So this is some new pink burlap that they've come out with, and I'd never seen it before. So I wonder if they just kind of came out with this in time for Valentine's Day. But I found this in the flowers and the foam rings section, if that makes sense. If you guys know what I'm talking about, if you've been to Dollar Tree before. So I'm just hot gluing this directly to the candle. And some of you might be wondering what that pink thing is, and that's supposed to be a mask spreader, but I use it for hot glue because it just makes everything better because I don't have to touch anything. So I'm wrapping this pink burlap around the candle twice. I wanted it to look like it was like actually substantially wrapped. And just one time around was not enough, so I decided to go around again, just cutting that off there, and then I'm just gonna hot glue it to itself. Yep, so all good there. Not really, well, oh yeah, to hot glue it, that would help. Um, So not much you have to do for this craft. I loved it. I feel like I saw this on Pinterest or something, and I just wanted to give it a try. But I think Pinterest definitely inspired me for this craft. So I just kind of like did like a double burlap, because that's burlap ribbon right there. And I was like, what would look good on top of like pink burlap? Oh yeah, more burlap, but with lace. Reminds me of my wedding decor. Burlap was apparently just the theme of my wedding. No, I'm just kidding. It was like farmhousey kind of fall in love. That was my wedding theme. So yeah, this I think I only wrapped it around once. Yep, looks like I did. This ribbon's pretty easy to cut. This burlap ribbon is a wire edge ribbon, so it's really great, easy to work with, keeps its shape. And I recommend just grabbing this when next time you go to Dollar Tree and you see this. They seem to always have this ribbon there, and it was shocking because it's like nice lace burlap ribbon and kind of looked like something you would see at Michael's normally for the wedding section, so I recommend grabbing that. Here is the heart jar that I made last time. And this is where I'm keeping all of my heart stickers because I mean, I didn't know where else to put them, but I mean, come on. Heart jar, heart stickers, I mean, kind of a no-brainer, right? So here I'm taking a Dollar Tree quilted sticker that they came out with, has a little jewel on it. I love those. Like what they've come out with this season with these quilted hearts, these quilted sticker hearts. I mean, they're just so cute. Look at this. They're so cute. So yeah, that's an easy Dollar Tree Valentine's Day candle that you got going on now. So super easy. This was probably the most fun, I would say, to make because it was just so simple. And here we go. This one gave me problems. I did not use the large hearts, the large pink hearts for this as much as I wanted to. I couldn't figure out, I guess, in the moment what to make with those. So you see it for now, but I didn't actually use those. So these are the felt hearts that people like to string these together. I've seen a lot of people do this. They like to string them together with the jute right there. I had that out because I thought I was going to do that, but I decided to go a different way. So I kept out the baker's twine that you see right there on the left, those 3 spools. I took out the red and white baker's twine to put these felt hearts together, and I decided to make them multicolor hearts. And of course I was trying to figure out how to like thread the twine through the felt hearts, and it wasn't really working out. So I went upstairs and I grabbed a needle from a sewing machine, one of those, because that was like the thickest needle that I could find for this, and I couldn't find any others in my sewing kit, so obviously I need to go get more. So then I just, now with the string, I wasn't sure how much I would need to cut for each one, so I just kind of like left it on the spool until I could figure out how much was really needed, and I wish I could give you a measurement, but I was honestly just eyeballing it. So I'll just let you see how I did this. I'm just weaving in and out. Now for this first one, I'm just putting the stuffing into the heart. I didn't do anything else special to keep the stuffing in place. I actually used way too much stuffing for this heart and definitely regretted that. So you do not even need probably, I don't even know, you don't need all that you see there on the screen. Definitely don't need all that. These are little hearts, and I feel like I was forgetting that when I was making this. So this is one way that you can do this, and the only thing keeping the stuffing in place really is, you know, the fact that these hearts are threaded together with the baker's twine. So nothing else is needed for this heart to keep it in place. And of course, figuring out how to end this craft with the bow, that was definitely the most challenging part. So I just kind of had to figure out a way where the two ends could meet, and just kind of starting with one side, leaving a bit of the thread out of it when I eventually cut it. So just making sure I had enough like thread left over on the one side to tie with the other, if that makes sense. And then I took another one of those quilt heart stickers, and put that on this felt heart. And I want to say, I used those quilt stickers for 3 of the crafts in this video. So this is the second one that you see me using these for. And one is done. I think it came out so cute with the bigger twine. I wanted to go a different way about this. I've seen a million people making these hearts, and I wanted to put my own spin on it. So here I'm making another one, but with the opposite colors. So it's gonna be red on top, white on the bottom. And so I wanted to show you a different way to do this as well, because I was testing out the waters too to see really what this would come out with looking like. Because so for this one, you'll notice I did use hot glue on this, but I didn't use hot glue on the other one. And I wanted to see what difference it would make in terms of keeping the stuffing in the heart. So I just decided to hot glue that heart around the edges first. And by doing that, I figured I could keep the stuffing from coming out of the heart, because that was the problem that I had with the other one. Because the holes obviously are on every single heart there. The little holes are little parts themselves. So the stuffing was just kind of coming out of it easily. So watch out for that when you make these. So I decided to kind of seal the edges before you even get to the hearts, the heart holes. So that way no stuffing would none of the stuffing, it definitely wouldn't come out. So that was another way that you could do it. But the downside to that is that the heart looks not as full as if you had just not hot glued it and just put stuffing in it. So you can put less stuffing in the hot glued version, is basically what I'm trying to say. So hot glue, less stuffing, no hot glue, more stuffing. And then you'll see another one of those heart quilt stickers on this craft as well. So there we go. So yeah, I feel like you can kind of see the difference. Like the white one looks more full, but I don't know. What do you guys think? Tell me what you think in the comments. Okay, so here I'm making a gnome, and you'll see I have a couple items on there, and I ended up not using them. You just never know which way the creative process is going to go. You may have something, that you've envisioned, and then you go to actually execute it, and it doesn't exactly work the way you think. So I brought out that hat, and I thought I was going to use that as the little hat for the little gnome, and I just couldn't get it to work. It didn't fit quite right. So the gnome was too small, the hat was too big. That's basically what happened. So I didn't end up using those foot stockings next to the hat either. So what I'm doing now is I'm taking the sock, and I put some pillow stuffing in that, and I'm just trying to close up the sock now, and I'm using hot glue to do it because I couldn't figure out any other way to do it. So we have a completely, we have the body now of the gnome that you will not see. And I decided to use the red felt for the, his gown. So with this, I wish I could tell you the measurements, but I was definitely eyeballing this too. Oh, and look, my dog just snuck up. You do occasionally get to see her in videos, but she really doesn't like to show her face. So I just kind of cut where I felt like the gnome was completely covered. And then I left about, I want to say 1/2 inch of fabric past the bottom of the gnome, because I was going to use all of that extra fabric as a way to make the gnome stand. and it ended up working. So I recommend, if you're just looking for an easy way to make the gnome stand up, just leave a little bit of extra felt at the bottom, and you'd be surprised, it actually can make it stand up, because the gnome doesn't really weigh anything, you know, it just has stuffing in it. So here I was just cutting the excess felt off the top, and I decided to go ahead and put the quilted heart sticker on that first, because I was going to use the position of that to figure out where to put the beard, how high on the body to place the beard. So I thought it was best to start with the placement of the heart. That's what I recommend anyway. It makes it a lot easier to figure out where everything else needs to align. So I'm using one of those car dusters, and I really regret using the car duster for his beard because the little white fuzzies went everywhere. They're they're kind of like little strings, and you'll notice that already. Like, it was really hard to cut through that. Really hard to cut through that. So I don't recommend using this. I'm hearing that people normally take those Christmas stocking fuzzy trim, the white fuzzy trim, and people are using that for like the white beards of the gnomes. And maybe I should have went that way, but I did not know about that until after this craft. So maybe next time I will give that trend a try and let you guys know how it works out. I'm sure it'll be a lot easier to cut than this was. I mean, you can see all of the excess fuzzies right there, and I was still pulling the fuzzies off of this as I was trying to get the beard situated on the gnome. And for his beard, I was just hot gluing that too. You can just pretty much expect that I'm going to use hot glue and everything. But I really do like this cordless hot glue gun. So I've linked that for you below in the description if you want to get one of your own, because it's just super convenient. Now, ever since I've gone cordless with my hot glue gun, I don't think I could ever go back to using a cord. You may have seen in my previous videos, I had this other red cord glue gun, and it was just not feasible, you know, being a crafter and how much you reach for your glue gun, and that thing just always, the cord getting in the way, or my cat trying to attack the cord. So yeah, never going back. So here I'm using that new Dollar Tree cutter, like the rolling cut thing. I cannot think of the name of it. So I'm making his hat, and I'm using purple felt. This is all Dollar Tree felt, by the way. So far, everything that I've used for this DIY has all been from Dollar Tree. And that's just typically the way I like to do it. So I want to say maybe I spent about $5 exactly on this craft, actually, with the sock, the stickers, the felt, and the little mop. And then his nose is actually a cork piece that I cut, because I have a lot of corks laying around, as people saw in my last video, in my Dollar Tree mop renovation video. You guys know I have plenty of corks on hand, because apparently someone likes wine in our house. I won't say who. So yeah, I just basically cut a triangle. Just totally eyeballed this. I just I laid the gnome onto the felt to see how far across I would need to cut, and just kind of cut the hat into a little triangle, and then use the other piece to cut that as well, to trace it and cut it to make sure it was the same size. And then I just hot glued the hat, and then I just managed to get the hat just pulled it over his head, and here I'm just making a little topper for his hat, using those heart stickers for my heart jar again, and I just wanted his little hat to stand out in some way and just be like super pretty somehow. It just kind of looked a little bit too basic without it, so here we go. Here is the finished gnome. I think it came out pretty cute, but I wasn't so sure for a while, but I think I'm pretty happy with it now. So here I am making another yarn heart craft, and I will say this was the most tedious craft I've ever done. So I do not recommend this unless you've got a lot of time on your hands right now, and maybe you do, because maybe you do like I do right now, just not going anywhere with everything going on. So I had a couple people ask me about how I made this wire love word in my my moss heart that I showed on Instagram. So if you're not following me on Instagram, please go ahead and do that. I've linked my Instagram handle below in the description of this video. So I wanted to just give a quick tutorial for this craft about how I made the love word. And I obviously was using the word that I made as the example for this, but for the first one that I made, I just pulled up the word love written in cursive and just tried to match it with the wire. And I mean, I wish I could say that there was more of a process to it than that, but I'm literally kind of, you know, just trying to make it match as best I could. And I have a lot of experience working with wire, so I just kind of felt like maybe it just comes a little bit more easily for me. But I did have a jewelry making business just for a very, very short time right out of college. And I made a lot of wire jewelry, so I have a little bit of experience with the wire there. So maybe it comes a little bit easier to me. But I used to make those wire bride hangers and things like that for friends and for their weddings. So I've worked with wire to make words a lot. But this is the Dollar Tree gold floral wire, and it's super malleable, so easy to work with. So I recommend picking up a pack, because it really came in handy this Valentine's Day season. And there you go, it's pretty much done. And then I just cut that little tiny bit of excess wire off, and it was pretty much good to go. And what's also great about this wire is that it can be cut easily because it's Dollar Tree wire. Yeah, this was definitely one of the best wire pieces that I've ever worked with. It was just super easy to form the word, form the letters, and then just cut off the excess. So here for this craft, I just wrapped the yarn around the heart, and I would have shown you all of this, but this took me hours. So you can just get the general idea that I am literally laying yarn, just wrapping the heart entirely around every single part of the heart. And that's all I did for this. So I just used Dollar Tree yarn for this as well. Thought it was easier to just show in time lapse. And then I just hot glued the word on, and there you go, love. And that is just some jute hanging that up there. So we have a couple yarn heart crafts for you in this video. And I hope you like this video and the 5 DIYs. And if you haven't seen part 1 of my Valentine's Day 2021 crafts, I encourage you to go over to my channel, to my recent videos, and go check out that video as well. It gives you 5 more ideas, and there's a bonus idea in there as well. So thank you guys so much for tuning in to this latest video, and please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much. Let's keep in touch on Instagram and check out my website as well. Thanks.